Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. There's a link in the description. In a moment, I'm going to press play on this video. It's very short, but I'll press play on that in a second. Before, I'll just very quickly tell you a little bit about what happened here. Police are searching for this scooter-riding gunman who opened fire on a group of people in the Bronx, leaving one person wounded. So this happened in the Woodstock area of the Bronx, New York City, at around 7 p.m. on Thursday. Two men on a scooter rode by. Here's a still from the video that we'll watch in a second. The guy on the back, yeah, it's probably a guy, potentially a girl, but I'd say a guy. They look very young, don't they? I mean, I say that they look young because they're very slim. I mean, that's how I figure these things out. I mean, they look young, fashionable, perhaps, I don't know, trainers, pale blue jeans. Is that fashionable? Maybe it is. I don't know, but they look young, and he's got a gun. He's got a 9mm or such in his hands, and he opens fire. So let's play this video for you. So this happened Thursday, 7 p.m. The one riding in the back of the scooter suddenly stood up, pulled out a gun, and began shooting. The group quickly scattered, as we can see here. Two dropping to the floor, and one man even rolling under the car. We can see him rolling under the car. This one here, I think, rolls under the car. Nothing wrong with that, mate. You got to do what you got to do. A 28-year-old man whose name was not released was shot once in the leg, in the left leg, and he was rushed to hospital. He's since been treated and has been released. It is unclear at this time if it was gang-related or a targeted shooting, which to me seems like a bit of an oxymoron. So let's show you this sentence here. Where is it? Here it is. It is unclear if this was gang-related or a targeted shooting. Okay, now I understand that it could be a targeted shooting, but outside of gang-related activities. But come on, let's be real. Do these guys look like gang members? Here's a clue for you. Yes. They got guns, they got masks, they got, you know, basically hoodies to cover them. They got a nice little, fast little, speedy, bikey thing. They're gang members. Yeah, if you go around shooting at people in the middle of the day, guess what? You're a gang member, probably. You know, if you're there with your buddy and you just start shooting at people, at a group of people, by the way, who happen to be young men. Now, did you notice I didn't mention anything racial there? For good reason. I don't want to get a strike, but, you know, young men. It's gang related. Come on. NYPD. There's a reward of $3,500. Fuck off. $3,500. These are gang members. Who gives a fuck about your $3,500? Yeah? That's like a couple of racks. 3.5 racks. $3,500. Like, if you're serious, I can't remember who looks after, who's the DA or such for New York. I can't remember the guy's name, but oh, it's that black guy, isn't it? The ex-cop guy. If they're serious about putting an end to this, they would do more than offer a $3,500 reward. They're not serious. They don't really give a fuck about this. They don't really give a fuck about people riding past, doing drive-bys on their motorbikes with their pal, shooting at a group of young men. They don't really give a shit about it. Look, I'm telling you now, here's my speculation, by the way. These are drug dealers. That's what's going on here. These are drug dealers. They're hanging out on the street corner selling drugs. That's what's going on. These guys that ride past them are also drug dealers. And they're shooting at their ops. They're shooting at those drug dealers that are in the same area trying to sell drugs to their customers. That's what's going on here. District Attorney. Yeah, that's what's going on. So, obviously, you want to catch these guys. But by the way, you want to fully investigate these guys and you want to shut these guys down. And you want to find out where these guys get their drugs from and find out about other parts of their gang and shut them down. But you're not going to. You're just going to fucking turn a blind eye. And that's pretty much everything. Here's a surprise. No arrests have been made. Here's another clue for you. None will be made. No one gives a shit about this. No one gives a shit. If people gave a shit about this, this would not have happened in broad daylight. I mean, there's a description of what the guys are wearing. Blue jeans, white sneakers, white puffy jacket, black sneakers, black helmet. And there we have it. I mean, look, I'm just grateful I don't live in these big cities, frankly. I live in Sydney, but I live in a boring little sleepy suburb. That suits me. I would not want to live in New York, or indeed London for that matter, or LA, probably not Florida. None of these big cities where the criminals have guns. And by the way, criminals, you're not supposed to have guns. In New York, I'm quite sure the gun control laws are extremely strict. So, buddy, you're not allowed to have guns in the first place. You're in big trouble, young man. Gonna wrap things up here, guys. Have I done a half decent job here of bringing you this topic here? Did you really need to know about this drive-by shooting in New York City, which merely left one person injured? I'm not even going to say condolences to the victim. Why? Because I fucking guarantee they're a drug dealer. I don't give a shit about them. Frankly, look, so yeah, call me an arsehole if you want. I don't care. These guys are drug dealers, in my speculation. Do I know that for fact? No, but, you know, I can apply common sense, and that's the conclusion I get to. So I'm not going to say condolences. I'm going to say good. Ha ha, you got shot in the leg. You deserve it, probably. You got off lucky. You got off lucky because these two, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, can't fucking aim properly. I'm going to leave at this point before I get too offensive. Thank you.